All right, we're going to work on Module 6, Case Problem 2. Module 6, Case Problem 2. The data file we have EX65. EX65. First of all, we're going to save it as EX65 Mercy. So I'm going to save it as Mercy. All right, step 2, documentation. Just insert your name, date. All right, step 3, I'm going to go to patient log. By the way, this is about, we're going to work on clinic in terms of patient record, patient visiting records, exam records, department, in terms of different department in the clinic, and physician, the list of physicians, also list of patients, so that we can kind of consolidate those data, also calculate whether we are behind the schedule or appointments, patient appointments are on time, and also looking at average waiting time, average length of visit, because we have all those data recorded in terms of patient log. You have all those different times so that we can use them. All right, so anyway, let's go back to patient log. I'm going to work on step 3 again. So we're going to convert to this whole thing into table, right? So we're going to insert, click table, then we're going to click OK. Then we name this whole table we just created as patient lookup. No, appointments, I'm sorry, appointments. All right, then it also says turn off the bandit row, which is right here. So we'll just take it off. So we'll have a little different look. All right, step 4. Step 4. So we're going to do the same step, inserting a table to a worksheet and rename the table as follows. So we're going to go back to department lookup. Then we're going to insert the table. Then we name this table as a DEPT lookup. All right, so we do the same step in physician's lookup table. Insert table, we name this whole table as a physician lookup. Make sure it is one word, no space between the words. Okay. Then patient lookup, insert. Name it patient lookup. All right, so that was step 4. Step 5. So we're going to go back to patient log. Now we're going to insert a new field name department. That goes into department ID and physician ID right between there. So I'm going to insert new column. Then we're going to name it as a department. All right, so we're going to do something here in terms of bring this department name, looking up department ID. So using department ID, we're going to find the name of department based on department lookup table, right? So rather than doing manually, we're going to use VLOOKUP function. So we're going to insert VLOOKUP. And first variable in the VLOOKUP will be B5. So I'm going to click B5. So don't try to type it in because we can always make a typo. Comma. Then we're going to go to patient lookup table. Then we're going to highlight it. The table, then comma, then number 2, comma, type false at the end. And I guess I make a mistake. Let's see what kind of mistake I had. Oh, I went to the physician's lookup. I'm sorry. No wonder. Should be department, right? There you go. So based on department ID, we found department name and so forth, right? So at the end, I think this inserting false at the end of the VLOOKUP function is important. Most of the time, you're going to insert false, but other times, it may not have to be an exact match, what they call approximate match. You're going to insert false, but we'll get those type probably different problem. Okay, we do the same thing for physician between. Physician ID and patient, we're going to insert new column. Okay. Using same VLOOKUP. First variable physician ID followed by comma. We're going to go to physician lookup, then lookup range, comma, number 2, comma, false at the end. All right, so physician names are returned. Then patient, do the same step, insert the new column, name it as a patient. We're going to use a VLOOKUP. And first variable in the lookup, F5, comma, go to patient lookup worksheets, then whole area. Well, I think we rather just use it. We can just type it in or just can highlight, but I should have typed it in. All right, either way, we have that completed VLOOKUP. All right, so let's move on to step 6. Step 6 is in column K. We're going to insert new field name, patient weight. So this patient weight, it will be calculated between exam start and appointment time, right? And if exam start is greater than appointment time, then we know that there's a waiting, right? So that's how we're going to use. So rather than doing manually, we're going to use if function so that we can test it. All right, so starting with equals if I5 is greater than appointment time, which is column A, then we'll show it as a number 1, otherwise 0. Okay, but we're going to change this data format to general so that number will show as a general text rather than the timing or time format. All right. Step 7. I think I'm going to make starting step 7 as a second part. So I'm going to continue in just a minute.